I wanted to offer 3 super practical reasons why you need to start an interview-based either podcast or video series or some type of media. And this doesn't have to be sponsored by your company, actually. This can be something you do as a bit of a passion project, but 3 reasons. Number 1 is it is a phenomenal business development opportunity, especially if you're in B2B and you're doing, let's say, enterprise IT or any sort of cloud-based IT solutions that is complex selling. Think about account-based marketing, right? And how challenging it is for your SDRs or account development reps, let's say, to get a connect with a C-level executive. Well, you're at a strategic advantage to everybody else in the company because you have a job title. So I want you to think about maybe like 50 people in your industry, whether that's potential partners or existing partners, or potential customers, and who like the highest level decision maker is, who those exact people are. And if you could have a dream of like those 50 people on your podcast, get them in a list. You can hand that list over to, let's say, a marketer or an admin on your team to just start the outreach. And let's say you book 3 or 4 of them as podcast guests, boom, like you have that starting point. And this is not complicated. Use something like Zoom, I recommend. They just had an IPO last week, a very popular conferencing platform. Just schedule a call, get them on a Zoom, ask them some questions for 30 minutes, like that's your episode. So super practical, because before the episode recording and after, what you're able to do is actually maybe talk to them about business. You're not gonna pitch them, but you are able to say, you know, hey, this is what we do and my company does. Thanks for coming on the podcast, but there may be reasons for us to have some further conversation. So think about that. Secondly, you can trickle down message to your team, right? Or your partners, because you have 30 years, let's say, of industry experience, or even 20, that most of your team doesn't have. Like, I've got about 10 years of experience. I know I've had people report to me in the past that only have like 2. So you're at an advantage from a messaging standpoint by you regularly producing a piece of interview content with other people in the field. The rest of your team is gonna get the pulse of what you're talking about. And the last reason number 3, personal branding. And I know it's kind of a goofy, fuzzy topic right now, but think about the power of you just regularly going out into the space, putting your thoughts out into the world. Maybe one day you need to get a new job or you're ready to leave your existing company. By you having this interview-based podcast out there, you will have been growing your network this entire time. Let's say those top 50 accounts, 20 of them turn into proposals. Well, you want to steer clear of those for non-compete reasons, right? But maybe 30 of those other people that you interviewed on this podcast could be, great referrals for future jobs, referrals for, your direct reports when they're ready to leave the company, maybe start their own gig, something like that. You can connect them with guests who have been on your podcast. So, guys, those are 3 practical reasons. If you're an executive or a business leader, why I think you should start either a podcast or a video series. If you have questions about how to get started, I'd be happy to jump on a call with you or one of your marketers and help you guys just think about what the messaging might be. But good luck and something to think about this year.